Have you been feeling drained lately? It might be because you're overextending yourself. Are you saying yes when you don't really want to say yes? Are you giving, and not giving to yourself? Just overextending yourself all the time. A lot of us have learned to say yes when we really want to say no. We do things because we want to accommodate other people. We want to make people feel satisfied, as I said in the video yesterday. We want to make sure things go well, and we're constantly giving our energy and power away. The more you do this, the more you overgive, and I said overgive, the more you overgive and overshare and be a people pleaser and accommodate people without reciprocity, the more you do this, you move away from your alignment. You begin to get into a space of misalignment. And in that space of misalignment, you are attracting something else. Because you're not in your wholeness at that point, you now start to attract different things to you. What I'm trying to say is this. If you give your power away, how much power do you have to attract those goals and those things that are aligned with you? Because we're all magnetic beings. So what are you attracting when you start to give all of that away? When you have free time, you don't use it because you give it away to somebody else. You don't take the time to sit with yourself and strengthen your energy. And I'm not talking about sitting down by yourself and watching TV or being on your phone, like on the internet, or just doing anything that's projecting your energy outward. I'm saying, like, how often do we sit with ourselves and sit in our wholeness, our energy, and feel what that feels like? And close our eyes and just let ourselves be. How often do we do that? Imagine if you're doing that, how more empowered you are, how stronger you become by just allowing yourself to be in your energy without being in everybody else's magnetic field, trying to figure out how somebody else is feeling, what they're doing. I got to service them. I got to make sure they're good. But actually calling that back, holding on to that, and sitting with yourself. Imagine how magnetic you would become if you learn to do that. If we learn to sit with ourselves. The affirmation for today is, I am free in my time and energy. I am free in my time and energy. Not when we're doing stuff for other people all the time, not when we're focusing on everybody else, but actually honing that, calling that energy back to you and sitting with your energy and letting it strengthen just from breathing, just from being with yourself. Where in your life do you need more freedom? Ask yourself, what parts of your life do you need more freedom in? Do you need more freedom when you're working? What part of your life do you need more freedom in? And then ask yourself, where am I giving too much? Like, what parts am I giving too much of in my life? Because when you notice these things, you can begin to make shifts. If you don't notice it because you're on a routine and you just do this all the time, you don't pay attention, then you won't be able to make a shift because you'll be in a loop essentially, just doing the same routine every day. So ask yourself, where in my life do I need more freedom? Where am I giving too much of myself? So that you can start to pull back a little bit and create some balance for you so that you can strengthen you. Because the stronger you are internally, the stronger your body will be, the stronger your mind will be, and the more you're able to magnetize the things that you're asking for. When you start to protect your time, You're saying that I value my time. I'm grateful for my time. You're showing gratitude for that time and gratitude for the space. And essentially, when you start to do that, you will get more things that are in alignment with that. Giving too much of yourself is not in alignment to receiving. There's no balance. You have to have a balance of giving and receiving. Remember, the masculine and feminine have to be balanced. So if you're constantly giving and not allowing yourself to receive, that's saying that I don't need it. It's saying giving a signal like I don't need time, I don't need freedom, I don't want more. That's what it's saying when you're giving. And it could be different reasons why, that underlying reasons why you're doing that. But question yourself, where do I need more freedom? Where am I over giving? So let's get into a practice for today. And also, say no to something today. Say no to something today. Something that is going to be overextending you, taking your time. You know internally you don't want to do it, but you've been saying yes. Today is the day to practice saying no. Now let's go into our visualization and somatic practice. I want you to breathe. I want you to just take the time to breathe and relax your body. I want you to visualize yourself being very calm and at peace. And I want you to see yourself being free. I want you to see yourself having the space that you need. Visualize this freedom and notice how your body feels. Where are you in this space? Where do you see this freedom taking place at? And I want you to do a body scan and just scan your body to see what state your body is in as you experience this freedom. Pay attention to your heartbeat. Do you have a regular heartbeat? How does your chest feel? How's your breathing? How's your posture? How does the air feel around you? Is there music around? What's happening in this place of freedom? And I want you to breathe. And just allow yourself to experience this freedom. Where nothing is forcing you, you're not chasing anything, you're not overextending, you're not saying yes when you want to say no. Imagine yourself using your voice to create the standards that you want to have in your life. Saying no when you want to say no. And being in a state of peace. Now I want you to just sit with that for a moment. Just breathe. Can you feel your energy feeling whole? not giving it away to anybody else. It's with you. Now I want you to just imagine what that feels like. And compare that to you being constantly pulled back and forth to people, saying yes when you want to say no, doing too much, always constantly worrying about somebody else and how they feel. I want you to compare that feeling to that. Now you have a frame of reference that you can shift into, because now you can see the difference between the two. Remember that freedom isn't really all about getting more time. Like, you can't add more time to the day. We have 24 hours in a day. But you can become free when you learn how to say no in places that you don't need to say no in. When you strengthen yourself enough where you're able to stay away from the things that you don't need in your life, where you're able to not stop allowing things that are taking up your time and space in your life, when you're able to focus more on you. And we've been taught to not be selfish, because, if you say it's about you, then it's being selfish, but that's not true. So protecting your time and showing gratitude for the time, the space that you have, is a great way for you to be able to make more space in your life. When you see the value in your time, then you won't keep giving it away to things that don't deserve that time, things that are not fulfilling to you, things that don't deserve to have a place in your life. So today we're going to have a break from digital things, social media, etc. Take a break. If you're someone that's always scanning, strolling, doing all this stuff on the internet, can't stay still, make yourself do a detox for an hour. If you can go for a day, go for a day. And when you get bored, let yourself sit in the boredom and see what comes out of that. Because sometimes we've learned to just keep going, filling space, and never letting ourselves feel what wants to come up, because we constantly are putting something in the space to avoid feelings, avoid ourselves. So we pick up our phones, we watch the TV, we listen to the radio, we get on the phone and start talking to somebody. We start doing something. But the tip today is to avoid doing that and just be with yourself and see what comes up. It might be something that you need to address, and just stay on top of it and know that as you are doing this is because you want to do it. You want to see. Don't fall into, if something comes up, don't fall into it and just go into deep sorrow, etc. Just be the observer and watch yourself and watch to see what happens if you start to step away from things that you don't need. What will happen if we have this fear of not just being idle, but what's going to happen if you are not doing these things for a little while? Disregard the they say idle mind as a devil's workshop, but that's not necessarily true. People come up with the greatest ideas and make the biggest shifts when they're able to be with themselves and let themselves create things. Let ideas come up. So that's our tip for today. Take a break from social media, from digital things, and just allow yourself to be with yourself for a while today. I hope everyone is well. And if I said anything that resonated with you, then I will see you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Peace and love. Mwah.